How do you deal with criticism on your YouTube channel or public media?
Delete!
No. This is Read Mahako from readaboutsex.com and
Kathy Vartili from theintimacydojo.com. And when I'm wearing the Sex Geek Summer Camp shirt, this is a video about business advice for sex-positive entrepreneurs, sex educators, etc., etc.
Yes. So recently, and I love how you handle it. I've seen you handle criticism over time, and I've copied a lot that I like about it.
It's not delete, but
No, sometimes.
sometimes.
Someone was quite aggressive about their comments to some of Reed's videos. And obviously very upset and angry and using bad words. And I really...
Caps.
Yeah.
But the keyboard might have been broken.
So it is hard. It's like when you first get them, at least for me, like I'm putting out there things that I think will really help. It's, I want to make a positive impact. And when I feel like someone's really unhappy with me or criticizing something, it's hard to receive. But I really love that Reed often addresses it directly.
So the way that I do it, and again, this is not going to be a style, it's flavor, and also not inviting you to condone and have to receive abusive behavior. As a cisgender, 220-pound white guy, who also has a couple of black belts in martial arts and things like that, I need to also maybe you don't know this, some of our viewers might not know this, but like, the kind of hate mail I get is different than a female-bodied sex educator, or maybe a trans-bodied sex educator, or somebody who's more of a celebrity than I am. Trolling and hate mail and death threats and like somebody releasing your private information, your address and stuff like that online, like that stuff happens. And so engaging the haters may not be your style, and I totally respect that. And I have a lot of privilege being and looking the way that I am. So for me, I will often engage when I have time, because I don't always have time, nor am I always in the mood, but I'll engage in a kind of like, hey, I notice you have strong opinions. And I'm surrounded by a bunch of people who think I'm great. So I'm interested in more specifics about what you find problematic or what you don't like, or, this particular person recently was like, you're creepy and you lead a sex cult. And I'm like, tell me more about that.
Yeah. So you addressed it publicly. You said, hey, thanks for sharing that. Can you give me details? Can you explain what you've noticed? And sometimes people can share something and you're like, oh, I'm thank you for helping me get more clarity. Like, I didn't mean it that way. Sometimes people can get really good information.
Sometimes, especially in email, and this happened in the early days of Cuddle Party, when Marsha Baczynski and I, who's an amazing sex educator, we were getting a lot of like hate mail. And this was back before Facebook and forum posting. Yeah. So it wasn't like hate posts on your feed. It was emails that were coming into our inbox. And I, when I was in the right mood, responded. And I was like, hey, I'm kind of curious about what you think is actually creepy or weird about this. And what I would say is, and I would acknowledge, because I'm surrounded by people who think this is okay.
Yeah.
And I'm actually really interested to hear your view, because you might have some information that it doesn't occur to me.
Or help make it more accessible to other people.
So when I had the bandwidth to do this, I was actually using them, inviting them to share with me more details, because I wanted to understand what the concerns were. Mm-hmm. And I was looking for the gold in some of the stuff that people shared with me. They would write back and be like, oh my God, like I never thought you'd answer this. Like, I was just being a jackass, and I apologize for being an asshole, but I still think you're creepy. Here's why. So those things were interesting for me in my nerdy brain. I'm not telling you that you should open yourself up to more negativity and bullshit.
Yeah, there's boundaries, but I've done, my business partner in Thriving Now, someone had put some negative comments about my appearance beneath a video, and he deleted it, and I'm like, no, I want to reply, so I undeleted it and went through and actually said that, we're sharing some really powerful information. I'm curious why you're noticing this about me rather than the information. Is it possible that some of the information is feeling confrontational to you? just an invitation, like. And that person didn't reply, but some other people were like, oh my God, I realize that I'm resisting, I don't want to hear what you're saying because it's scary to me. I would have to change something I'm doing. So we can use it for an education. We can use it to educate people.
You can role model for people who do read your comments. Not everybody does, or not everybody reads all the comments, but when they see how you're treating even people that are being assholes, you're role modeling a better way of being. Or you're role modeling, hopefully, the communication skill sets and the nonviolent communication skill sets that you might be trying to teach other people in their relationships and intimate lives. So I think it's useful for some of your fans and followers to see you role modeling, and you are allowed to be delete.
Well, and you did that with this. The person replied, but then commented on a bunch of other people's stuff and with hate.
Yeah, they were just being a hater.
Yeah, but they were also attacking people that had said nice things to you.
Yeah.
So at that point, you deleted them and blocked her.
Yeah. And then in a couple of these videos for the non-business videos, we just kind of drizzled in, hey, and just so you know, sometimes we delete comments, especially the ones that are really mean. But that only works if you also leave some of the negative stuff up. Like, give people a place to have a discourse, to have a conversation, even though forum comments is not always the greatest way. YouTube comments not always the greatest way to have a nuanced conversation. But I just think the question for you is to ask, how could I be a better role model while taking care of my own needs? You're allowed to have boundaries. You're allowed to be like, fuck this. All negative comments go. That's your choice. And I need you to take care of yourself so that you can have a long career and we can help change the world together.
Yeah. We hope this helps. Please leave any questions below or comments or what you do when people give you negative.
How do you handle criticism?
Yeah. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to subscribe to my social media, it's right there. And please subscribe to this channel there. If you'd like to see more Goofy, Reed, and Kathy, there's more videos there.
See them. Why are they there?